Okay. Go live. Is it going to remember the name of the stream? It is. Good. Okay, we are live. Hello everybody. 1 second. Okay, there we go. Hello everybody. Welcome back to Minecraft Monday. Give me just a second. There we go. Okay. And there we go. Hello everybody, hi, welcome back to Minecraft Monday. How are you all doing? Hope you've had a great weekend. We are back with more Create Ad Astra, episode 23. And I'm excited. It's a big one today. It's going to be a good one. Oh, just a second. Hi Dagger, how you doing? Welcome. Just making sure we got everything up and running on YouTube and Twitch. Seems like we're all good. So, we're back for more Create Ad Astra. I'm very much looking forward to this one today. Last week we successfully connected the iron mine and the main base by train. We're going to go and have a look at that in just a minute. And we transported our first train load of iron ore to the factory, which is big, really big. Now today, we need to automate the shipment of biodiesel from the factory to the iron mine. And I'll explain what I mean by that in just a minute. But first of all, like I say, let's go down and see what we actually did last week. Just make my way down here. And I did a tiny bit of off-camera, just kind of cleaning up some of the work that we did last week. Nothing major. Just stuff like the nether tunnel. You didn't want to watch me mining 50 stacks of deep slate and building the walls of the tunnel. I finished off the walls of the tunnel just off camera, and a couple of other little bits of cleanup, but nothing major. Don't worry, I haven't done anything significant while I've not been streaming. Hi, South Devon Contracting, how are you doing? Okay, let's start by heading over to the iron mine. That's probably a good place to start. So, this is what we did last week. We dug a little tunnel down here, through which we are currently running a conveyor belt. There we go, and this is transporting our iron ore down to the train station. Ignore the pipes there, I'll explain that later. This is the train station. There's a skeleton here. Ignore these guys. Just clear these out. What does AMA mean? AMA means ask me anything. South Devon Contracting. I'm here to answer any questions you may have, whether they're about the game or about me in general. I'm here to be an open book. But yeah, so we built this station. We have shipped some iron down. You can see there's quite a bit of iron here waiting to be taken. And we've already automated it so that when the train comes in, it gets filled up with iron ore and it takes that back to the main factory. But what we need to do today is we need to make it so that when the train arrives, it also unloads the biodiesel that it needs to bring over. So the train's going to be bringing in biodiesel to power the mining drill, and it's going to be taking the iron ore back to the factory. Hey Tom, how you doing? How have you managed to get a conveyor belt? Is that mods? Yes, this is the Create mod. So the main mod that I'm using is Create. That adds in all of this machinery and stuff, as well as a few additions to Create, like this drilling machine, for example, is from a mod called Create Ore Excavation. But we got just over 100 mods. Like this one here, we got a diesel engine from Create Diesel Generators and all sorts of other stuff. But the main one is Create. So, getting back to it, you can see right now the mining drill isn't running. The reason it's not running is because there's no diesel in the diesel engine. Now what we've been doing is we've been manually bringing over barrels full of biodiesel. But we can't keep doing that forever. We can't keep going to every single mining drill with a barrel of diesel every time it needs refueling. We want it to refuel itself automatically. And that's why we need the train. So as well as the train taking this iron ore back to the main base, it's also going to be bringing biodiesel to keep the drill running. And that is what we're going to be implementing today. So let's go and call the train. Are they expensive, if you don't mind me asking? They're not too expensive. You need 6 pieces of kelp, dried kelp, to make a conveyor belt. I definitely recommend a kelp farm if you're going to be doing quite a lot of stuff with Create, or just, you know, make sure you live near an ocean, because you will need quite a lot of these belts. But you only need 1 piece of belt to connect up to 15 blocks. Like if I put a shaft here, I can put another one up to 15 blocks away in this direction, and then you only need 1 actual belt to connect it, like so. So that only takes 1 belt out of my inventory, which is pretty cool. I like that it doesn't take 1 piece per block, because that would be even more expensive. That would be ridiculous. Oh, one more thing I just want to point out as well is we've got a new mod here called Create Transmission, and all it does is it adds in this little transmission chain thing. It basically does the same job as the encased chain drives, which are these blocks here. So if you put these two together, it basically chains them to each other so that the input, the rotation is the same on both sides. This basically makes that compact so that you can have these nice sleek looking connectors on the ends of your belts, which is pretty cool. So nice little new mod there. You're so pretty. Thank you, Marks. Thank you. Did you see the Olympic trams announcement? I didn't, Bearman. What's this? Hi again, VK Commodore. How are you doing? Okay. I'm gonna call the train. Sorry, I got distracted a little bit there. Let's call the train. Hi, Boo Boy. How you doing? Okay, I've also modified the train slightly because you may recall we had a pretty big problem with the train, which was whenever it went through a nether portal, it kicked us out. And the reason it did that is because we didn't have enough seats in the cab. So I've put a 3rd seat in. There's a seat for each driver, and there's a seat for us. I've also decorated a little bit here. You can see I've added some rose quartz lamps here, which look pretty nice. Okay, any second, train will be arriving. It's a slow train. You got to give it time. There it is. There's our boy. I love seeing this thing in action. I'm very, very happy with this. There we go. In it comes, and it will, of course, immediately start offloading all of the iron ore that's been in this barrel here. It all just instantly went in, so that's now got another load there. We are gonna... Oh, hang on. I need to make sure the train station is set to keep doors closed, because we don't want it opening all the doors every time it gets to a station. Your streams make our day. Thank you, Moo Boy. Thank you so much. Not being rude, what's your gender, says Harvey Hancock. I am a trans woman, Harvey, so I was born male, raised as a boy. I came out about 5 years ago, and I've lived as a woman since then. Okay, so here's the modifications that I've made to the train. First of all, we put a door in, because it looked a bit ugly, having this whole open area here just completely exposed. Obviously, if this were a real train, there'd be an engine here, but it's not a real train, so there's just empty space. So I put a door there to hide that, and I've put in a 3rd seat. So when a train goes through a nether portal, if you're sat down, it won't kick you out. So we can drive this train through the nether now without being kicked out of the seat, kicked out of the train. And while we're on the way, I want to... We just killed a zombie. I want to show you some of the other little changes that I've made along the way, which include adding a new emergency stop. Just here. It won't let me stop for some reason. Okay. There is an emergency stop here. Let me show you. Let me get out and show you. So I wanted to add access to the ground level, because with the railway being suspended, I thought I'm going to end up falling off this quite a lot, and I wanted to make sure there was some way for me to get back up when I did fall down. So I've decorated the portal entrance with a little bit of scaffolding. And like I say, I've added in this little emergency stop here so we can get back up to the train if we do fall down. It just says track access. Our local steam train came to town yesterday. The black engine was beautiful in the snow. I love steam engines. I really do. Big steam fan. We'll have to build some steam trains in this eventually. Obviously, what we've got here is a trusty old diesel based on the Class 08, very common diesel shunter in the UK. But I would like to do some steam trains at some point. Oh, there's a sign here, by the way, which you can't see right now because there's a train in the way, but it says, "Warning, trains pass at speed." And in fact, if we call the train out of the way, let's just bring the train this way a bit. Okay, and then climb back up. This is incredible. Thank you, Real Sylvanus. Here we go. Okay, so it says warning, trains pass at speed, and we got a little bit of a platform. Again, if we fall down and we're miles away from any like waystones or anything, we can just climb up to this emergency point and call the train here using our whistle. So that's quite handy. If we ever get stuck out here, we can call the train to this emergency stop and get back on. Then I also decorated the cave entrances a little bit. I did a tiny little bit of terraforming just to make these look a bit more natural rather than just having a perfectly square hole right through the hillside. I thought I'd make them look a little bit more natural. And I was also feeling a little bit odd-worldy. Because most of this is like suspended, I thought it'd be cool to add in some slightly stranger decorations, like just random lights sticking out on poles and stuff like that. But I'm quite happy with it. I'm quite happy with the work that I've done off camera. That's everything. It was just that little bit of decorating, a little bit of sculpting. Apart from that, everything else is as you remember it. So, with that out of the way, we can get on with what we're actually doing today. Let me just call the train. I have made a slight mistake because we can't actually get into the train cab at the minute with where it's positioned. Hold on. Let me just don't run me over. Don't run me over. Okay. Oop, there we go. That's better. Okay. Back in the cab. And that way. Still can't really see where I'm going because there's no central window, but, you know. There we go, and we're into the nether, and it doesn't kick us out of the cab, which is what we like to see. It's Minecraft Monday! Hey, Scotty Dog, it is indeed. And I'm really... These Minecraft Monday streams recently, I've been really happy with the progress that we've been making. Obviously, I'm aiming for us to actually get our first rocket launched by the end of the year. There's only going to be another 5 or 6 Minecraft streams before the end of the year, so the pressure really is on. A little bit of a freeze there. Okay, and I think there should be some iron ore in the train, right? So if we head upstairs real quick, we should see some ore processing going on. Yep, there we go. Oh, the lag machine. There's that one thing about the Create mod is, even though it's optimized as best as they possibly can, there are still some lag problems when you've got a room like this with just hundreds and hundreds of moving parts. it still can cause some frame rate issues. So I'm going to spend as little time in this room as possible, but it's working away. It's going to start making us some iron ingots. So all this is working perfectly. All we really need is to get the biodiesel sorted. And again, that's what we're going to be doing today. So that's all going to just funnel into there. Let's head down to middle floor and see how much we've actually got of everything. We got 73 steel, 73 brass, 32 zinc. We got some zinc in my backpack though. 56 gold, 128 copper, 708 iron. We're doing good for iron, which is very good news. Iron is what we really are going to need quite a lot of to get to space. The reason we're trying to automate all this, by the way, is because almost every recipe in the Add Astra mod, which is the space mod, almost all of these recipes require steel, and there are two ways to make steel. We can use an etrionic blast furnace, which is very expensive and we're not going to do. Or we can mix steel and coal dust using the create mod, which is what we are going to do. You can see here, this is Ad Astra's own recipe, which is iron and coal in an etrionic blast furnace. But the blocks you need version, which can also be used for all these recipes, is just made by mixing. Oh no, sorry, not the blocks you need version. There's a third version? Yeah, the Create Nuclear version, which is the version that we're making, is just made by mixing coal dust and iron ingots. So that's a lot cheaper than building an etrionic blast furnace. And that's the great thing about having multiple mods that add in the same items, is that it gives you multiple ways to make the item. Like, there's 3 different steel ingots, and we can use them interchangeably, so it doesn't matter which type we make. So we essentially have 3 options for how we want to make them, and obviously we're doing it the create way. Good afternoon, Saul. Hope you're well and happy gaming. I'm good, Billy D. Thank you very much. How are you doing? Just going to sleep because it is getting dark, and then... What? Hold on. We're missing some train. What's happened here? Train missing? We've lost some wagons. Okay, now the curious thing is the storage interface here and the fluid interface are still deployed, so the train is still here. It's just invisible, which is an interesting problem, which I don't think has happened before. I don't remember this happening before, but it's happened now. The train's gone invisible. Not to worry, it's not the end of the world. As long as it still works, I'm sure it'll reappear again in time. We are going to head back to the iron mine. We're going to ignore that problem, and we're going to focus on what we're actually supposed to be doing today, at long last. We're going to be connecting up some pipes. So the reason I've run this this thing down the center of the tunnel here, unfortunately we can't make diagonal pipes. So what I've done is I've just simulated a diagonal pipe by adding these things. But the good news is these are actually copper casings. These are white copper casings, and we can whip up some more of these. But the thing about copper casings is you can use them to encase pipes. So if we run a pipe like this, just up the side of the tunnel here, we can encase all of these pipes like this. There we go, which means that from inside, they're invisible. And technically, that is an actual diagonal pipe. It's just, you know, if you look behind it, you'll see that it's actually made from a series of ascending pipes. But that's how we're going to essentially disguise the diagonal pipe, which is going to run all the way up to the top of this tunnel. Hold on. Ah, there we go. Right. I see. Oh, I also... You probably wouldn't be able to tell if I didn't point it out, but I'm going to point it out anyway. I actually moved the stairs forwards by half a block using the copycat steps from Create. So this is actually... That's a full block of stone, and then this is like a quarter block, and then so on and so forth. I did that just because I wanted the belt to be raised, but not a full block. So I just brought the whole staircase forwards a little bit. It's barely even noticeable. If you look at it, if you're walking up it, it literally just looks like stone stairs, but it's not. It's secretly a combination of copycat steps and full blocks. Okay, let's just go... I'm going to break these down to here. Okay, that's where the actual pipe begins. There we go. Oh, not there. Wait, yeah, there. Hang on. What have I done wrong here? Oh, I'm supposed to go a block above. Right. Okay. My mistake. There we go. That's how it's supposed to go. Oh, hold on. Now I've punched a hole. There we go. Not there. Casings are very fiddly. But I think we got it. There we go. Okay, and then there's going to be a pipe along here, which I guess will connect it to there. Oh, I'm out of pipes? Shit. Okay, we'll have to head back to base and just grab a couple more pipes. We're literally one pipe short. But I guess we'll need some more for the bottom as well, so... Let's just steal one of these for a second. What you building, says Jay's. At the minute, sorry, we are working on a train station that's going to be transporting biodiesel to our iron mine. Iron mine's up top. What are these mods? The main mods in the pack are Create and Add Astra. There's about 100 mods in total, though. A few other bits and pieces. If you're in the Discord server, you can download the mod pack in the Minecraft channel. How much did this cost you? All the mods are free. No paid mods in this mod pack. Okay, just wait here for a minute while we get a few plates pressed. Because pipes aren't in Minecraft, or are these things? No, these are from the Create mods, again. How many are we going to need? Because I don't want to be standing here all day. I think you get 4 for each time you craft. So if we get 16 sheets, that should be enough for a that should be enough for a stack of pipes. Oh no, wait, sorry, because it splits to 8, so it'll get us half a stack of pipes. That might be enough, actually. Thanks for following Brendan SZN. How are you doing? What's the things it adds? Well, pipes, belts, machinery. The create mod basically is focused around building production lines. So you can build, you know, factories that automatically process whatever you want to process. At the minute, like I say, we're trying to automate the production of iron ore. Or iron ingots, rather. We've already got iron ore automated. Oh, a little bit of lag there. Sounding a lot better today. Thank you, the one and only BPL. I'm feeling a lot better today. I'm all back to normal now. Everything's all, you know, my cold's gone away. Back to my usual self. Although, to be honest, my usual self sounds like I have a cold anyway, because I just have a naturally nasally voice. But I'm back to normal. And there is a creeper in my cave. Don't like that. There we go, get rid of it. I'm doing alright, what about you? I'm good, Brendan, thank you very much. Does it take more to load Minecraft with mods? Like, do I need better specs? It depends which mods. Generally speaking, you know, you'll need slightly more... You need slightly better specs than you would to run normal Minecraft, but, you know, Minecraft is... I don't want to say well optimized, but most computers today can run Minecraft, right? I wouldn't worry too much about not being able to run with a few mods. Again, it really depends how many mods you're talking about and how big the mods are. Okay, so now we need to figure out where that pipe's going to come up. I think... Hold on. Back down. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it's the third block back from the lift shaft. One, two, three. So it should be right here, which is a pretty good place for it to pop out, actually. I'm happy with that. Don't refer mental illnesses, says Declan. Thanks, Declan. Thanks for your comment. I mean, I'm not really in the mood to get into an argument about my own existence today, but clearly you have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Thanks for joining anyway. Oh, we still need more pipes. Okay, that wasn't enough pipes. We need 3 more. Lovely. Head back to base. Don't think we're going to need this redstone link now. Or any of this miscellaneous crap, to be honest. We do need a block of stone bricks. Which we don't have. We don't have any stone bricks. Okay. Do we have... I mean, we can just make a stack, right? Might as well. We're going in there anyway to make some more pipes. We might as well get ourselves another stack of stone bricks. Thanks for following, South Devon Contracting. Much appreciated. We are going to need some pipes, by the way. You need to... pumps, sorry. The pipes can only pump, I believe, 15 blocks. So you need to place a pump for every 15 pipes. Which means we are going to need to make a couple of those. They're fairly cheap. It's just a pipe and a cogwheel. Sorry. But of course we do need to provide those with rotational power as well. So we're going to need to run a shaft alongside the pipe. This could get expensive, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Might not have totally thought as far ahead as I should have. how many pumps are we going to need, realistically? Let's make 5. I feel like 5 is a good amount. I guess we'll see. Okay, pop those in the stone cutter. Stone bricks. I am going to sleep before we go back as well. Hey Jensen, I love Minecraft. Me too. How are you doing? Sorry about the lag, by the way. I know somebody's going to complain about the lag, because they always do when it starts lagging. It only lags near the factory, though, because there's so many moving parts. Once we get out to the iron mine, there we go. Nice and smooth again. Okay, so the pipe is going to connect up right here. And we need to count how many blocks. To space out each pipe, we need to count, I believe, 15 blocks. Let me actually just check gameplay settings. Excuse me. You can actually set the distance that a mechanical pump will pump. I don't want to make it too high. Like, the default is 16. We could turn it up a little bit if necessary. Have you tried any Pokemon mods? I haven't, Cute Kitten. No, I'm not really into Pokemon, to be quite honest with you. It's never really been my cup of tea. Oh, can we can we encase a pump? We can't. Okay, that's a problem. Because we're going to have to put a pump here. 1, 2, 3. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We could put one here. That's about right. Do we have a granite pillar? We do. Perfect. We need to pop one here. There we go. Oh no, no dirt, no dirt, no dirt. Don't want that being put into the train. Okay, so there's a pump here. And there's a pump here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12 blocks between those, so we can have up to 15 blocks between them. The problem is these, 1, 2, 3, 4, right, each step we go down is 2 pipes. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 30... Okay, now I'm going to have to start counting again. Thank you very much for interrupting. We need to get some lights down here as well. Okay, start again. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 4, 6, 8, 30, 2, 4, 6, 8. That's going to be about 40 blocks. Okay, there's got to be another way. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay, what we could do is here we'll put in a pump. And it will be completely hidden by this gap here. Let's do that. And then we count down another 16 blocks. Let me just get rid of these ramps, or slopes, because they are getting in the way. Can't see what we're doing. Okay, wait, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 40. We could go down another level, actually, with this. I have to take my dog out, join back in a minute. No worries, South Devon contracting, we'll see you soon. Okay, here's what we'll do. We will move this back to here. I just want to try and get the pump as far as it can reach. Then 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. We are going to need another one here, though. Hold on. I'm going to have to clear some of this stuff. I'm so sorry for all the coughing. I've got a tickle in the throat. I'm okay, though. Okay, do we have some way to test this? Let's put a full canister of biodiesel down here. We'll pop it there. Okay. So this is just to test that it's working. Obviously, we're going to have to run a shaft up the side as well to power these. We could have some concealed water wheels. I don't know if the pump speed is affected by the speed of the rotation. Although, actually, we already have a concealed water wheel. Well, not quite concealed. We got one hidden underneath. We got one here, underneath here. And I believe the pipe comes out somewhere around here. Okay, there's a pipe coming out here. If we can get that... Put a cogwheel here. There we go. Then... excuse me. Run a shaft alongside this. Another cogwheel here. Another cogwheel here. Right, and then somewhere here it's going to connect. Here? If we had... Oh, we got a couple of encased chain drives left. So if we put an encased chain drive here, going into the wall, we could then have a... Oh, we can put these this way. There we go. Shaft there. Belt there. There we go. That turns these. Okay, so these two top pumps are working. We just need to connect up the other two, and if all goes well, it should start pumping straight away. Although there is another one up top that needs to be connected too. Hold on. Oh, how tall is this shaft? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I've just fallen off. Start again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, here there needs to be another pump. Hold on. Wait, stop falling off! Okay, there needs to be a pump here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. $12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There's going to have to be another one here as well. Oh my god. The texture pack's so cool. Thank you, Kayak. Thank you very much. It's not actually a texture pack. I'm using a shader called Mellow Shader. This is just default Minecraft textures, but the shader really does make a big difference. It is a really great shader pack. Okay, I'm going to turn up the distance that these pipes can pump, because I do think that 16 is a little bit restrictive. I'm going to put it up to 32. We can go 32 blocks between between each pump, which means we might actually not need one halfway up. Hold on, let's count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. It's okay, 20 was the top of the iron ore. 21, 22, 23, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, if we put a pump here, we won't need one halfway up. Take this back out. Put a regular pipe here. Fill this all back in. And we're dead. Fucking great. First death of the stream! Yay! Great! Everyone celebrate. I wouldn't mind dying if I didn't lose all my XP every time, and then only get 7 levels back. Okay. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Nothing, nothing lost, really. Fill all this back in. There we go, completely invisible. We will replace the walls with something a bit nicer at some point. But, because the lift shaft now is... because the pump can now pump all the way to the top, we don't need a pump halfway up. Bit of a world hole there, sorry. So what we can do is somehow... Well, all we really need to do is transfer power to here, which I think this water wheel should be powerful enough to do. Ooh. If we... Oh, we can't run a shaft here because the mining drill's too big. Bollocks. That would have been perfect as well. Can we... Oh, we could transfer power from here, maybe. In fact, mind you... StaterU says, I can't even read your username, so I don't really care. But thanks for the comment. Okay, I'm going to fill this in. And I am going to power this cogwheel and this cogwheel from this belt here. That's what I'm thinking. Do we have a gearbox? We don't, but we can whip one up. Okay, gearbox here. Oh, that needs to be a cogwheel, which I've just put in my backpack. Where are they? Oh, there. I'm blind. Overstressed, of course. Why wouldn't it be overstressed? Okay, and we're going to need another gearbox here. Okay, this is starting to look quite messy. Probably try and clean it up a bit off camera, but that should work, theoretically. All we need to do is double the power of the water wheel here, which we can do, I believe, by just adding a second water wheel underneath. If we break this glass for a minute. Yeah, if we just make a second large water wheel, And we can use this first water wheel and just make it bigger. Then we pop that here. Ooh, 1 second. There we go. Why are they not turning? Oh, for fuck's sake, I've just broken a piece of framed glass. I needed that. Okay, we got some in the backpack. It's not the end of the world. What's happening here? I don't understand. Why can I not pick that up? There we go. Ow, why? Okay, I don't understand what's happening here. Remove this bucket of water for a minute. Now put it back. Okay. I'm very confused. When will you play Farming Sim? On Friday, Kana. More Farming Sim coming on Friday. We'll be playing more Saxlingham, which I'm enjoying very much, by the way. Great map. Really liking it so far. Okay, what if we were to put the water in this corner, maybe? No, that won't work. What about here? I'm back! Welcome back, South Devon Contracting. How you doing? Ah, I see the problem. The water is turning... The water's trying to turn the wheel in both directions. I just fucking got rid of the water. I just got rid of the water. Okay. What's happening is the water's flowing in both directions, so the water wheel doesn't know which way to turn. This is the risk you run when you have a water wheel on its side like this, rather than sitting vertically. But we can fix it. Let's get a couple more buckets of water. And yeah, it is actually quicker to come back here to get water than to find anywhere near the iron mine, which is way up high, so there's no water anywhere near here. Okay. So how are we going to turn the water in one direction only? The usual option is to have a block in a corner. Or maybe... why doesn't that work? I'm confused why that doesn't do anything. Oh, well that's overstressed, that's why. If we put the other one directly above... and put another bucket of water here. There we go. Okay, it's working. We're all good. Okay, there. I see you playing with the Create mod. We are indeed, Train Spotter Duo. Big Create fan. I absolutely love the Create mod. Such a game changer, genuinely. Okay, we should now see all of these pumps working. There we go. The pumps are all turning. which in theory means that if we put a bucket of biodiesel, or if we put a canister of biodiesel down here, we'll just pop it here for now, it should start pumping out, and we should hear the machine start working. You ready? I'm not hearing the machine working. Okay. That's unfortunate. Is this pointing the right way? It is. The pipe's definitely going the right way. There's no gap in the pipe, is there? There could be a gap. I love the concept of Create, but it seems so overwhelming to get into. I think it's a bit daunting when you first come into it, but you quickly get the hang of it. Like, start small with just like a hand crank and some basic machines. And then, obviously, eventually you can build, like, huge factories and stuff. But it's you know, start small. Make yourself a few andesite casings. Make some basic stuff. Like, a really good example is bread. You can make bread by making dough. If you get Farmer's Delight as well, which is another mod that I really recommend. If you get Farmer's Delight, then you can use the mixer to make dough, and then you can use bulk smelting to turn it into bread, which is like a really basic recipe with the Create mod, and it helps you to get a feel for it. You know, if you start off small with stuff like that, just try and automate some of your basic everyday recipes, and then you can move on to like bigger and bigger things, you know. Is it survival friendly, says Train Spotter Duo? It is very survival friendly, honestly. Everything you need is available in survival. All you really need is andesite. You need lots of andesite, because pretty much everything in the Create mod is based on this material called andesite alloy, and you make that by combining andesite and iron nuggets. But literally all you need is a load of andesite and a load of either iron or zinc, which both generate naturally. That's your basic building block for the entire mod. So it is easy. It is very survival friendly, and it's easy to get like the basic materials that you need to get started with it. Okay, there's a few questions coming in. I'm trying to keep up with the chat on everything. At the minute, all my automation is just classic thermal and mechanism with mystical agriculture. See, that's the thing, Amini. Like, if you... I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, by the way. If you can get into mechanism, you can get into Create. Because I'm the exact opposite. I find mechanism really daunting, like, no idea where to start. But it's kind of the same thing as Create. Like, once you get the hang of the basics, you'll quickly start to figure stuff out, right? But yeah, if you know mechanism, you can easily figure out Create, definitely. You're brave for being yourself in this generation of ignorance and hate. Thank you very much. I think I try my best. I try not to let negative comments get to me, you know, and they don't really. They really don't bother me. But my attitude has always been, you know, the best thing you can do as a trans person is make yourself visible, especially at a time like this when certain people are trying to make us as invisible as possible, you know. I think we should try and do the opposite. Try and make yourself known. Don't go quietly, and don't just let them silence you. If you are trans, be open about it. Let people know. Help people to understand. But never just sit down and be quiet while they're trying to, you know, make life difficult for us, to put it bluntly. What was it like getting the top half, says that Kid AMC. I wouldn't know, Kid AMC. These aren't actually real. Sorry to burst anyone's bubble, anyone watching. These are not my real breasts. I haven't had any surgery or hormones or anything like that. This is literally just foam padding, basically. So sorry to disappoint anyone out there who thought they were real. They aren't. Thanks for following, by the way. What is your username? A bird and a star. Thank you for following. What did I come back here for? Stone. I came to make some more stone. Eagle. Okay, thank you, Eagle. Still completely valid, by the way. Thank you, Trade Spotter Duo. That's another thing that I've tried to make clear in a lot of my videos as well. I do make a lot of videos talking about my experiences as a trans woman, by the way. If you're interested in checking any of those out, they're all on my TikTok profile. But something that I've always tried to be very clear about is that it's absolutely okay to, you know, to not have surgery or hormones or anything like that. Everyone's transition is different. Everyone has their own sort of personal goals. And I think something that's unfortunately very prevalent in the trans community is there's almost like this puritanism. Like, there are people who are almost puritanical with being trans. Like, you know, they believe that there's a very specific way to do it, and if you're not transitioning exactly the same as me, then you're not a real trans person. And it's unfortunate, but it's a fact that there are people like that within the trans community. And I think we could do without the infighting, you know what I mean? I think when every day there are people out there who genuinely don't want trans people to exist at all, I think we really shouldn't be wasting time arguing about like who's more trans than someone else. You know, if you identify as something other than your birth gender, you're trans. It doesn't matter what surgeries you have, it doesn't matter what hormones you take, you know. Everyone has a different goal in mind, everyone has a different journey on their transition. And again, I just think it's pointless arguing, it's pointless, you know, trying to suggest that someone can be more trans than someone else. That just doesn't make any sense to me. Is the real way through surgeries? Yeah, a lot of trans people do unfortunately believe that. It's called transmedicalism. It's a belief held by, unfortunately, quite a lot of trans people, but it's this idea that if you are transgender, you must follow XYZ steps. Like, if you're a real trans person, you have to have surgery, you have to have hormones, you have to do exactly the same as every other trans person does, which is not the case. But you'd be surprised by how many people, even within the trans community, you'd be surprised by how many people believe that and espouse that. Everyone's identity should be respected and birth gender should be left back in whenever they transition. Very true, Train Spotter Duo, sorry. Again, I've always felt that there's really no point in infighting. I don't get it. I've never understood infighting. It's very common within any kind of minority group, you know. You see it with gay people as well. There's always that one person who's like, well, I'm not one of those flamboyant gays. I'm just a normal person who happens to be gay. And it's like, okay, why are you like differentiating yourself? Why are you making a separate category of gayness to put yourself in, to kind of imply that you're better than other gay people? You know, that's essentially what it is. It's people trying to categorize themselves separately from the rest of the community because they think that it's going to get them looked upon favorably, you know? Again, you see it with gay people. You see this attitude of like, if I distance myself from the rest of the gay community, then I might be spared. You know, trans people do the same thing. There's always going to be trans people who are like, you know, if I just say that I'm not like those other trans people, then maybe they'll treat me differently. They won't. They won't. They'll treat you the exact same as any other trans person. Like, the infighting is completely pointless, and it will get us nowhere. Humans are silly creatures in every setting. It's true. I think a big part of it is just survival, though. I think people genuinely believe that, you know, if they essentially sell out members of their own community, then they might be spared. You know, it is like a self-preservation thing, really, and it's unfortunate, but it happens. Anyway, back to the game. We are still trying to hook up this other pump here. Now, I think we could do... Oh, I've gone too high. I think we could do this with a shaft, maybe. Yeah, if we run a shaft across here... We are going to have to hollow this out a little bit, but I'll fill it back in afterwards. Isn't that the difference between gay and queer, though, says N? Not really. For me, personally, I think queer is just kind of an umbrella term. I think, genuinely, I think queer is just easier to say than LGBTQ+. You know, it's easier to just say, I'm queer. Like, genuinely, for me, that's really the only reason that I use the word queer. Especially, like, when talking about the queer community, it's easier to just say queer community than LGBTQIA+ community, because, look, let's be honest, there's a lot of letters there. I'm not going to make the LGBTQXYZ joke that boomers love to make, but there are a lot of letters there. It's quite a mouthful. It's easier to just say queer. But there's no other difference. Like, queer doesn't really have a distinct meaning. It just means LGBTQIA+. You know, it just means you're somewhere in that mix. It's just a shorthand way of saying that, essentially. When will you be playing FS25? Next Farming Sim stream will be on Friday, Dexter fan. I might use some of these, actually, encased chain cogwheels. Okay, let's make a few of these. Thanks, fine, Castano. Where's my andesite casings there? Dill says, personally, I think you should all have your own thing rather than a big group of handful of loads. I mean, I get that to some extent. But at the same time, I feel like it's good to have... It's good to sort of be a community as well, and to stick up for each other, you know. Unfortunately, there's definitely people out there who don't want to stick up for certain members of the community. That's why you hear all these gay people who are like, oh, separate the TQ from the LGB, you know, or separate those trans people. We don't want to be associated with them. Which, again, is, like I was saying earlier, it's just another form of, you know, trying to sell people out so that you might be looked upon favourably. It won't work. But apart from those voices, apart from those detractors, I think, you know... That's overstressed again. I think it's good that we can all stand up for each other, you know, and we can all stick together as a larger community. It gets too much after too many letters, too many new things, all completely different, not the same. And the thing is, though, they are all linked. Like, they're not exactly the same, but sexuality and gender are inherently linked to each other, right? Like, you can't be a gay man unless you're a man, right? Like, sexuality and gender are intrinsically linked to each other, so gay people, bi people, lesbians, and trans and non-binary people, they do have a lot in common, and there is a lot of crossover there. I think it's unfair to say that they're, like, just completely unrelated things, because, again, like, they are intrinsically linked to one another, right? But then you have people mixing them up just as titles to own rather than truth. You get a little bit of that, but I really don't think that that is like an argument against having a community in the first place. You know, that inevitably there will be some people who do kind of do that. But at the end of the day, again, I think it's more important that we have a community. I think we might need another water wheel, by the way. Water wheels, by the way, they don't make very many stress units. You need quite a few of them to actually have any significant amount of power. And we also don't have space to put any more in here. Oh, shit. Can we... I think we're going to have to sneak another one in somewhere. I guess, but why is a community needed with labels? Why can't everyone do their own thing? Well, it's about solidarity, right? You know, it's about sticking with each other. Like, you know, you could say, why have a union when each individual worker could stand up for themselves? But because if every individual worker stands up for themselves, no change is actually going to happen. You have to have a union. You have to have that sort of solidarity and that community, that organization, you know. I think if every single individual gay or trans person like stood up for themselves, nothing would ever actually get done. Nothing would ever change. Nothing would ever improve. You kind of have to have this organization to it. You have to have this community where you can show solidarity. But there's no oppression on anyone within the West, so it's not needed in that sense. I mean, but there is. But there is. Like, literally just today, the Supreme Court of the US decided they weren't going to hold a vote against gay marriage. Basically, we were this close to the United States outlawing gay marriage. This close. Fortunately, it didn't happen. They voted against it, but it literally got to the Supreme Court. That's how close America just came to making gay marriage illegal. This is why we need this community, and this is why we need these voices to stop things like that from happening. But it didn't happen. No, it didn't happen because of those voices. Those voices stood up and made themselves known and made it clear that that shouldn't happen, and it didn't. again, you can't really say, like, well, it didn't actually happen. The point is, it came incredibly close to happening. And the fact that it didn't actually happen in the end is in part because we have this community and this, you know, this organized structure, you know. Again, all I'm saying is, I think it's unfair to say that there's. I mean, look, if you think that gay or trans people aren't being threatened in the West today, then you have your eyes closed. I'm sorry to say, and I don't mean that in an offensive way, but like, if you look around, yes, technically trans people have the same rights as cis people. Technically, gay people have the same rights as straight people. But that's only technically. If you look at what's actually happening and the way that people are actually being treated, there's still a long way to go. Like I say, yes, gay people can get married in the United States, but we were like 5 minutes away from that not being the case. We were like 5 minutes away from gay people not being allowed to get married. That's how close that was to happening. And that doesn't happen to straight people. Like, straight people weren't 5 minutes away from having their marriages outlawed, were they? Gay people were. Anyway, I'm going to try and get back to the game, because I've kind of lost the plot a little bit and lost what we're actually doing. We're trying to hook up some more pumps. I think we are going to have to just add more water wheels, to be honest. I know we don't really have space for it, but we're going to just have to make space. Have you noticed that every time I come to the iron mine, it freezes for a couple of seconds? I'm not sure why that is. I just find it very concerning that the world's thinking through emotions now, worrying in that sense. I mean, I disagree. I disagree, Dill. To be perfectly honest with you, I just quite simply can't see that point of view. Like, our decisions should be influenced by emotion. Emotion is what makes us human. Emotion is what differentiates us from most animals, you know. Emotion absolutely should be part of our decision-making framework. The world around us should be compassionate, and we should make decisions based on emotion. I don't think that, like, just being completely clinical about everything... I don't think it works, plainly. I think... if we were just completely clinical about everything, then... well, I mean, if we're being completely clinical about everything, then why would marriage even exist in the first place? Like, the very fact that marriage exists as a way for people to show their undying love and commitment to one another is based on an emotional decision, right? Like... do you see what I'm getting at? Like, all I'm trying to say is, like, our world is dictated by our emotions, and you know, even our legal framework and the way that our world is run is influenced by our emotions as humans, and that's a good thing. That's the way it should be. Okay, another large water wheel. Oh, why is that happening then? Okay, it's turning. We've now got 3 water wheels underneath this glass floor here, but it should be enough to get these pumps all working. Okay, this one here is working. There's going to be one more here. Could it be the chain drives, actually? These might be using a few more stress units than I was hoping they would. I really don't want to have to put in a 4th water wheel. But we might be heading that way. We might be heading in that direction. I'm apathetic to the world. Besides my immediate bubble of concern, gender politics don't matter. That's a terrible way to live your life, Huawei. Honestly, I don't understand that attitude. I never understand, you know, again, I mean this without any offense, but I never understand when people are like completely nihilistic and they are like to the point where they're like, well, life is terrible, so life is terrible, nothing matters, so why should I care about you? Like, because you're human. Like, I don't know. I'm just going to stop talking before I dig myself a hole that I can't get out of. I just don't see... I don't know. Is it not live and let live, though? I mean, yeah, it should be live and let live. Which is why it's wild to me when people are just like, well, I don't care about anyone or anything. With how the world is going into Jumanji, sounds nice right now. You might be right, Draydog. You might be right. Could be fun. It's the one and only Legend Soul. How you doing, Danny? Welcome. What's this mod you're using for what you're building? This is the Create mod. Great mod, highly recommend. One of the best Minecraft mods in recent years, in my opinion. Very, very incredible. It lets you build factories and stuff. It's basically like if Factorio was a Minecraft mod. And the developers of this mod were actually inspired by Factorio, so that is a very apt comparison. Is that pumping? It is! It's pumping! It's draining! There's biodiesel. Look, it's going down. It's actually moving. Look, you can see it dripping. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, hang on, hang on. Get upstairs. Let's see if this is actually working. Fingers crossed. It is, I can hear it. Okay, big news. Big news. This is good. This is really, really good. Okay. So the pumps are working. They're bringing biodiesel up to the drill. Now, we're still not quite done. First of all, I need to put all these slopes back. There we go. And encase them. So we know that that works. Now what should... Ah, okay, hang on. I've got it. I can tell this is a mod where I'd spend 5 hours trying to build something and it just never works. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, Christy. It happens. It definitely happens. The thing is, I usually do a lot of testing off camera before I build anything on stream, because when I try and just build stuff on stream off the fly, you know, or on the fly rather, it just never ends up working and it always ends up being broken. So I do usually plan what I'm going to build before the stream starts. Okay, we need to head back to the main base. I need to figure out where the pumps need to go on the actual train. Hey, Ashford Industries. We should put a waystone inside the factory, actually. With how often we're walking back and forth, we might as well have one in here. Excuse me. Okay, we need to figure out where the overhead pipes are going to go. So, from the station block, the first one is 1, 2, 3... Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 blocks back. And then the second one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 blocks back. So 4 and 19. Thanks for following, Kian. Soon I'll be an oligarch and privatise everything. Good for you, Huawei. Best of luck. See, freeze. Every time I come to the iron mine, it freezes just for a second. Peculiar. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So our first one is going to need to go here. And then the other one was 19 blocks from there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I've lost count. I was placing them too quickly. And I've just broken the first one. Okay, let's count this again. 1, 2, 3, 4. So first one here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Second one here. Okay. Pop that there. I didn't check the height either. Probably should have done that. One more trip. I need to check how high above the track they are. What mod is this? This is Create, Isaac. One second, I've just realised. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. There we go. Sorry about that. Back to Ashbury Industries. Okay. Always lags so much when you teleport. Okay, how high up are the interfaces? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're on the 7th block above ground level. There we go. Whoop, don't die. We are going to put a lift there, by the way. There it goes again. This isn't going to be a ladder forever. We're going to put a lift shaft in here. Oh, we need to encase that. There we go. And that should be a slope. There we go. And 7th block up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 should be here. Thanks for following, Isaac. There we go. And same again at this end. Now, just to make sure that works, we are going to call the train over. And when it gets here, one of these should connect to the train. Saul Goodman, says Jacob. Hold on, let me get my coaster. That's me, Saul Goodman, attorney at law. I've never watched Better Call Saul. Well, I've watched bits and pieces of it, but I've never properly watched it. My brother got me the coaster because everyone always mentions... Obviously, everyone always mentions Saul Goodman on my streams. So I've just got that ready to go for whenever anyone says it. Okay, so if this has gone properly, we should see the interface connect. There it goes. Okay. Now, we do need to test it the other way round as well. So we need to drive this to... Well, we need to turn the train around. There's only one place to turn the train around, and it involves us driving all the way back to the main factory. So here we go. Why are you wearing makeup? Kind of weird, says Dented One. Lots of people wear makeup. Dented One. Billions of people, in fact, wear makeup. Watch it, it's the best thing I've ever watched. It's one of those things that I've wanted to watch, but I've just never got round to it. Same with Breaking Bad. I've never actually watched Breaking Bad all the way through. I know the premise, and I've seen bits and pieces, but I've never watched the whole show. Not to be rude, what gender are you? I'm a trans woman, so I was born male, raised as a boy, came out about 5 years ago. Ow, I suffocated. Oh, lag again. Okay, so now we're turning the train around. Ignore the invisible wagons, they are still there, they're just invisible. There we go. Okay, now the train's facing in the opposite direction. Do you have any regrets? Says Alfie Armstrong. Only that I didn't realise sooner. I came out 5 years ago. I was already, you know, I was 22 when I came out. It's not really a regret because obviously I couldn't any sooner. But I kind of wish, you know, that I'd known sooner. You know, in an ideal world, I would have figured it out many years earlier, and I would have, you know, what keeps happening there? I keep going back through the same portal. Wasn't trying to be rude, by the way. That's absolutely fine, Alfie. No offense taken. Oh, I see what happens. I keep turning around and going back. Right. Yeah, no offense taken. Like I say, I don't regret anything about my transition. Like I say, the only thing that upsets me a little bit is that I wish that I'd came out sooner. But I don't regret doing what I've done. I don't regret, you know, coming out. I'm happier than I've ever been. I can't put into words how happy I am, you know. And I mean that. I mean that sincerely. Like, people do ask me, "Are you happy?" And it's like, I genuinely can't explain how because it's not happiness really. It's something else. It's something more powerful than just being happy. You know, it's right. It's proper. It's correct. That one's connected. Good. But yeah, I always felt that happy isn't a strong enough word. Happy is just like, you know, oh, I ate my favourite food today and then I was happy. You know, for me, being trans is so much more than that. It's like I say, it's just, it's a different, it's on a completely different level of contentment, you know. I can't explain it really. It's difficult to put into words for a non-trans person to understand, you know, but it's once you make that realization, it's like everything just makes sense all of a sudden. Everything just falls into place, and it just feels right. And that's an incredible feeling. So yes, long story short, I am happy, but I feel like happy doesn't really do it justice. I'm more than happy. Okay, ignoring the invisible wagons, the train is now in the station, and it seems that everything has connected as intended. So all we need to do now is connect this up to the actual pipe itself that's pumping back up to the factory. If I could do it without falling off. That Enderman didn't look at me, did he? That's it. And then that connects up to here. Okay, so we don't actually need to take the pipe all the way down. The pipe only needs to go to here. Which means we can just use casings for this. Ada Beth says, how do I smoke estradiol valerate? I don't think you're supposed to smoke it. But what do I know? I don't take estrogen or estradiol or anything. I'm not on HRT, so I genuinely have no idea. Okay, I feel like that side's slightly longer. Ten. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Not much I can do about that. It's barely noticeable. I don't care. How's your pet spider doing? Says Anais Bouquet. He's doing very, very well. Thank you for asking. He's doing great. He's developed a bit of a bald patch on his head, which I don't know if it's age or if he's fallen on his head. He doesn't seem to be like injured in any way. But yeah, he's just got a tiny little... It's almost like a smiley face. He's got like a little curved patch of black on his head, and obviously the rest of his head's orange. So unusual. I've not seen that before on any of my previous jumpers. But yeah, he's going bald, bless him. Okay, I'm gonna put one more pump here, I think. And then hopefully we can connect this up. I've got a bit of a bad feeling about it, I'll be honest. Can we do this? How do I join the Discord for the text pack? If you want to join the Discord, there's a link in my bio, Jays. It's not actually a text pack, it's just a shader called Mellow Shader, but if you want to download the mod pack, there's a full mod pack available in the Discord server as well. Again, just head to my bio and there's a link there. Do you have any other pets, says South Devon Contracting? I have 3 cats. Technically they're my brother's cats, but I live with him, so, you know, we share the responsibility. But yeah, we got 3 cats. I've always been a cat person. Or I think the whole family, we've always really been cat people. We have had dogs in the family as well, but cats have always been kind of the family go-to, you know. Oh, we can't do that. Shit. Love dogs. I do love dogs as well, don't get me wrong. Is the mod PC only? It is, Morgan, yes, sorry. I mean, we could do that. It's very messy, though, is the thing. I didn't want it to be too messy. Please tell me it's not going to overstress. Fuck you. I can't put in another water wheel. We've got 3 water wheels down there now. We cannot put more in. How else can we reduce the stress here? Do chain drives use less stress units than... Oh, I don't know. Let's try making some chain drives and see if they use less stress units than the regular cogwheels. No, still overstressed. Okay. Play Minecraft? We are, James. Yes, how are you doing? Oh, somehow. Okay, question. How many cogwheels can we attach before it becomes overstressed? Okay, loads apparently. Is it the pump that's adding in the extra stress? Yeah, okay. It's the pump. So we're gonna need another water wheel, aren't we? Although technically, right, do we need this pump here? I don't know if we actually need that pump. We've changed the range of the pumps so that they can pump up to 32 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 17, 19, 21, 23, 25, 27, 29. We could put a pump... Yeah. We might not need this pump here, actually. I hear a creeper. You can fuck off. Don't come near me. So, I am thinking this pump here might not be necessary. We might not need it. Excuse me. Let's get rid of it. And let's instead chain it all the way down to this one here. I think maybe a vertical gearbox would be a better option here. That creeper, I can just see it in the corner of my eye staring at me. Don't come any closer. Who put a lipstick on you, little bro? Did it myself. It's a free country. Can wear what I like. How is there 12 people watching? I know, Bobby. I normally have more. Although I'll admit Minecraft is not my most popular series. Farming Sim is definitely way more popular. You should have been here on Friday. Or if you want, you can come along this Friday for the next one. Why would you embarrass yourself like that? I'm not embarrassed. Are you embarrassed? Do I embarrass you? Okay, here we go. Another gearbox. There we go. I can't watch this no more. Bye. Bye-bye, Bobby. What's to bet that Bobby doesn't actually go anywhere and he's going to stay and comment for the next 20 minutes? Because that almost universally happens whenever someone says, I'm not watching this anymore. Are you actually going to leave, Bobby? We'll find out. He's still here. He's still here. Look at that. Called it. I thought you were leaving, Bobby. Bye-bye. Don't you dare. Oh, fuck you. Fucking cunt. Fucking creeper. Okay, okay, we all got a little bit frustrated there. The important thing to remember is it's all Bobby's fault because he's still here even though he said he was going to leave. Oh shit, has that loaded stuff? I bet that's loaded a load of crap onto the train that I didn't want to be loaded onto there as well. Lovely. Guys. He's still here. He's still here. I called it. I totally called it. Nobody ever says I'm leaving and then actually leaves. Because if you were actually just going to leave, you'd just do it. Like, nobody has ever said I'm leaving the stream and then actually left. They're all attention seekers? Exactly, Morgan. Every single time, it's always just an attention seeker. And you know how I know that? Because if they weren't seeking attention, they'd just leave. Okay, there we go. I'll take some attention, says Marika. How are you doing today, Marika? Welcome. Looking lovely as always. Thank you very much. How are you doing? I'm doing quite well. Feeling a bit better this week. As you know, last week I was a little bit under the weather, but I'm all good now. Right, that's it. I'm doing alright, just doing capitalism in order to exist as usual. I feel that. Hold on, there we go. Okay, we have actually lost a bit of this roof in the creeper explosion. We need 3 more slopes. Fortunately, we got a stone cutter now, so we can just do this on site. And did we beat the game? No game beating just yet. We might be about to start transporting some biodiesel though, which is quite big news if this works. Just head up to the surface. Why are you not playing Farming Sim? Because it's not Friday, Joe Rob. I only play Farming Sim on Fridays. Join me on Friday if you want to see more. Okay, we'll have a quick sleep. Back to Ashbridge Industries. Get help. Do you know what the recommended help is for people with gender dysphoria? It's transition. If I went to a doctor right now, I haven't actually been diagnosed with gender dysphoria, but if I went to a doctor right now and got diagnosed with gender dysphoria, you know what the treatment would be? It would be hormones and possibly surgery. So that is the help. It's a mental health condition. It is a mental health condition, say no to Hamas, and the treatment for that mental condition is to affirm the patient's gender through transition. Okay, train coming in. Can I join you on Minecraft? Single player only, Joe Rob, I'm sorry. Okay, train on its way. Now, I don't know if it's actually going to... Oh, okay, this tank here is empty, so it might not actually pump straight into the train. We'll see. Am I going to get hit here? No, I'm safe. I'm safe. So we need to figure out why this tank isn't filling up, because it is connected to the tank downstairs. Let's have a look. Okay. Oh, it's going up. Ah. Well, that is a problem, isn't it? We need to get up top. There's a ladder here. If doctors weren't woke, they'd tell you to grow up. Science isn't woke, it's just science. Not everything you disagree with is woke. I bet you're the kind of guy who says facts don't care about your feelings as well, but then, like, when the facts are that trans people are valid and that the recommended treatment is medical transition, all of a sudden your feelings are more important than those facts. Okay, are we pumping? Is this working? Oh, it is! It is! It's a shame that there's no way to actually see how much is in the tank here. But I'm pretty sure it is going in. Although I'm just now realising that there's actually no pumps here. And there was supposed to be. Can I... Let me just head up. Look who's still... Yeah, Bobby, I thought you were going to leave about 15 minutes ago. In fact, let's let me just scroll back in the chat a little bit. Oh, there we go. I can't watch this no more. Bye, said Bobby Austin. You said that about 15 minutes ago, and you're still here. Isn't it weird? Isn't it weird how you said you were leaving, but you didn't actually leave? So it's this kind of Monday? It is, Marika, yes. It is. Oh shit, biodiesel leak! Leaking! There's biodiesel everywhere, this is a disaster. You've distracted me now. I need to get... Okay, hold on. It's because I can't fucking get there. There we go. Okay. Disaster averted. I do need to clear up that bucket of biodiesel there. There we go. And, oh. How am I going to get this back into the main tank? I mean, I guess we could keep it for emergencies, you never know. Find God, says Callum. Is he missing? Jesus will forgive you. Don't believe he exists. Sorry if you're Christian who's watching right now. Okay. I think we're ready to go. I think biodiesel has gone into the tank. We still need to hook up some of these cogwheels. Jesus will forgive you if you try to, but I don't want him to. I don't want him to forgive me, because I don't think he's a real person. Like, will Father Christmas forgive me? If I pray to Santa, will he forgive me? Again, no disrespect to anyone's religious beliefs, but I don't believe that person exists, so why would I pray for his forgiveness? Can you give birth? No, I can't. Say no to Hamas. I can't give birth, believe it or not. Not yet. The wonders of medical science haven't made it possible for trans women to give birth yet. Emphasis on the yet, because, believe it or not, it's actually closer to happening than you might think. There's a lot of research going on into uterus transplants at the minute. Although I'm sure when trans women actually do get the ability to give birth, you'll just move the goalposts again and come up with some other excuse as to why they're not really women. Because that's how you people operate. You say yet like it will ever happen. It will happen, Callum. It factually will happen. It's incredibly close to happening, actually. Problem. That's why I didn't want... Ah, shit. The factory's just shut down. The whole factory has just stopped working. We've lost power. This is the problem. Okay. So the reason that there was no diesel in the top tank is because when the diesel gets pumped into the top tank, it completely drains the bottom tank, which is powering the main diesel generator. So we have no diesel in the generator right now. Okay, we can jumpstart it. Let me just disconnect the pipe on the top floor. 1 second. Hi Jack, how you doing? What's the pack? The pack is a custom mod pack called Create at Astra. If you join the Discord server, you can download it in the Minecraft channel. Please do consider checking it out. Thoughts on Islamophobia? I mean, I'm opposed to phobias of all kinds. Again, people are entitled to their religious beliefs, whether that be Islam, Judaism, Christianity, or anything else. As long as those beliefs aren't pushed onto me, I don't care. Believe what you want to believe. What about arachnophobia, says Jack? Well, as a spider lover and spider pet owner, I love spiders, and I don't think we should hate them. I understand why people hate spiders. I myself used to not be a big fan of spiders, but keeping them as pets has definitely done a lot to help me alleviate that fear, it has to be said. Okay, excuse me for a second. I'm just trying to jumpstart the diesel generator right now. Is the only mod you have installed Create, says Isaac? No, there's about 120 mods in the pack in total, Jacob. Oh, we don't have a hand crank. Yes, we do. Thoughts on Christophobia? Well, I don't think Christophobia is a word, but I'm not opposed to Christianity. As I was saying earlier, everyone's entitled to their religious beliefs. As long as those beliefs aren't pushed onto me, I don't care. Technically, I am Church of England. I was baptized as a child. I'm not a practicing Christian, but I've been to church in my childhood. I've got family members who are Christians. I have no problem with Christianity itself. I have a problem with people who use Christianity as an excuse to be cunts, which they do. And if you're not one of those people, then that statement shouldn't bother you. If you're not one of those people who uses Christianity as an excuse to be a cunt, then you shouldn't care that I have a problem with people who use Christianity as an excuse to be cunts. Again, you really shouldn't have a problem with it unless it somehow applies to you. Okay, why is there no bone meal? Where's all the bone meal? If two gay men go on a date, which one should pay? They should split the bill. Like anyone who's going on a date, regardless of their sex or gender. If two people go on a date, they should either pay for their own food or split the bill. I mean, maybe if one of them's feeling generous, they could offer to pay, but why would you not just pay for your own food? Life is expensive, gotta go Dutch. Very true, Marika, very true. Okay, that's filling up again now, which is good news. Just bin these potatoes. I need bone meal down here, though. Why is there no bone meal coming through? Bobby, I can't help noticing that you're still here. It's been half an hour. It's wild to me that you'd spend half an hour of your life watching something that you, and I quote, can't watch. Like, you actually said, I can't watch this anymore. And then you proceeded to watch for a further 30 minutes. I gotta go, this is lame, says Say Not Hammers. Okay, I look forward to you spending the next half an hour here, Say Not Hammers, because as we've already established, people who are actually leaving don't say that they're leaving, they just leave. I know for a fact that you're still going to be here commenting in 20 minutes' time. Anyway, I'm heading over to the iron mine now. And we're going to call the train, and hopefully... Oh, wait, let me just check. It froze again. Let me just check that the drill actually isn't working right now. Because the drill should start working when the train arrives. If everything's gone to plan. Okay, it's not working. There's no biodiesel in the system right now. So if we go ahead and call the train... As soon as it gets here, it should start pumping biodiesel, and the machine upstairs should start working. Just, it'll take a minute. What's the Patreon for? Says Say No to Hamas. The Patreon is if you want to support me financially, Say No to Hamas. I make not only streams, but I make quite a lot of video content for YouTube and TikTok as well. I do piano covers, I do queer discussion videos, I do documentary style videos, I do lots and lots of stuff. If you want to chip in to support that, then by all means feel free to join the Patreon. Shout out to my current Patreon supporters. Very, very much appreciated. What mod is this, says X5 Punisher? It's mostly Create Punisher. How long have you been playing Minecraft? I first got Minecraft in 2013. The Redstone update 1.5 was my very first experience with the game, so 12 years ago now. Okay, it's probably going to take a while for the pumps to actually bring the fuel up here, but they are pumping right now. Okay, it really is taking its time, isn't it? Let me just head down and see... It must be coming through, though. Gay, says Rico. Yep, I am indeed. Not sure why you would consider gay an insult to a gay person. Is one of the pumps facing the wrong way, maybe? So you like females? I do say no to Hamas, as well as males. I'm not fussy when it comes to gender. I guess you could say that I'm both gay and straight, if only there were a word for that. The mystical word bisexual apparently eludes most people. I am not understanding why the biodiesel still hasn't reached upstairs. It's all made up, says Say No to Hamas. Well, yeah, sexuality is a made-up concept. You know, people are attracted to whatever. It's just men discovered that they found other men attractive, and they had to make up a word for it, so they invented the word gay. You know, that's, you know, it's made up insofar as the words that describe it are made up. Like, being sexually attracted to someone, technically, yeah, it is all made up. It's all in your head. It's weird to think people made every single word. It is weird. It is weird to think about how language evolved, honestly. Language is weird. Tough crowd, says Daniel Graham. Oh, it's always a tough crowd. It's always a tough crowd when you're a trans streamer. Once one little basement dweller finds your stream, they'll share it with all their fucking mouth-breathing friends. Happens every single time. It's unavoidable. Do you get mad if someone misgenders you, says Flynn? No. I've never cared about being misgendered. It happens so often that it's just lost all meaning to me at this point. Like, it loses its sting the 500th time, you know? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the train back to base for a second and see if... Whoa, don't do that. See if it refills a bit more. But yeah, like I was saying, I never get mad being misgendered. There's only two reasons why someone would misgender you. Either A, they're doing it by accident, in which case you correct them, or B, they're doing it on purpose, in which case they're just trying to get a reaction out of you, and you just don't give it to them. It's as simple as that. Like, if a family member or a friend did it by mistake, then I would just, you know, say, actually, I identify as a woman, and that's the end of the conversation. It's as simple as that. If someone does it on purpose, I'm just like, okay, so you're just not worth talking to then. It's not worth my time or effort. Okay, there's still biodiesel in this tank. That's what we need. What mod is that? This mod is called Create. Most of the machines that you see here are from the Create mod. Oh, I need that, actually. Oh, fuck's sake. Keep falling down. I need a jetpack. I really need a jetpack. The train's here, I'm just going to climb on top of the train. Okay, if we put a cogwheel here... No, there. There, thank you. And then... Let's go with a shaft. And maybe some encased chain drives again. What type of Minecraft is this? I'm playing with the Create mods, Viral Vortex. Oh shit, we're out of andesite casings. That's not good. Not, says Rico. Not what, Rico? I know it's hard, but try to speak in full sentences, then people might understand what you're trying to say. Okay, casing. Ah, we got 324. Perfect. What do you go by, Ash? My name's Saul. S-A-U-L, rhymes with Paul. And that is my birth name. Okay, and then I'm going to break this and pop one of these here. There we go. Okay. There's no way that this isn't pumping into the tank now. Hold on a minute. Wait. Mechanical pump rate. Do I need to... I might need to restart the game because I adjusted how far the pumps work. Maybe that's it. Maybe the pumps can't go far enough because I haven't restarted the game since changing that setting. Okay, I'm going to restart real quick. I'll try and just restart the level, and if that doesn't work, I'll restart the whole game. Very nice to meet you, Saul. How's the stream? It's very good. It's very good, Vus. Thank you very much. I do love my Minecraft Monday. Anyone who's a regular viewer, I do this every Monday. One of my favourite series to do. Okay, then back in again. The channel is very train heavy. It is, Marika, yes, it's very, very train heavy. Has to be said. So if you love trains, you're in the right place. Indeed. Wonder what happened to Buddy Austin. Are you still there, buddy, or did you actually do what you said you were going to do and leave the stream? I'm curious. Heading to work. Heading to work, but have fun with whatever your plans are. Thank you, Vus. See you later. Loving the stream. Thanks, Dagger. And we are... No. Almost back in. There we go. Is it working now? Ooh. I still think I might need to restart the whole game. Hi, sir. Hi, Aiden. How are you doing today? Welcome to the stream. You are never, says Rico. Never what? Someone's reported me again for inorganic gift solicitation. Thank you, whoever reported the stream. Thank you, TikTok, for being stupid fucking assholes who can't detect a fake report from a real one. This has literally happened to me every live stream I've done for the last 2 months. It's just absolutely wild to me. It's absolutely wild to me that TikTok has absolutely no checks in place for reporting streams. Like, you can just report anyone's stream for any reason, and then the stream just immediately gets blacklisted. And people have exploited that very many times on my streams, it has to be said. Lag, says Rico. Yes, the frame rate's not great. I do apologise for the poor frame rate. Can't do much about it, unless you want to send me the money for a better computer. Which I'm sure you don't. Okay, I'm going to head to the iron mine again. LLL lag. Yeah, the game's very laggy. Like I say, my PC isn't exactly what you'd call top of the range. It has plenty of problems, especially for a game like Minecraft. Minecraft is like quite famous for not being very well optimized. But the lag is known about. Everyone who watches my streams, especially my Minecraft streams, knows that there's going to be a bit of lag, and they kind of understand and accept that. Okay, this time, hopefully, we're going to actually see some biodiesel getting pumped out of the train. Maybe. If the train ever arrives, that is. Here it comes. And... there it goes. Oh, okay, it's actually working this time. Will we see it drip through the floor here? No. Okay, so there's no way to actually tell how far up it's gone. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, it's going. It's going. Any second now we should hear the drill start working. It's working. It's already working. Oh my god. Okay, this is huge. This is huge. We have finally got biodiesel to the mining drill without taking it in a barrel. This is big. This is big. Back to the factory. Back to the factory, because we're not done yet. Lag spike. We still need to actually automate this with a train schedule. And somehow we need to make it so that this tank here doesn't take all of the biodiesel out of the bottom tank. Because if it takes all of the biodiesel out of the bottom tank, the whole base will just shut down. So we need to fix that. We also need to put a cogwheel here so that this side receives fuel. But for now, I mean, I think it's good enough that we can actually start automating the train. So let's get a schedule. If we have any. I think we've got some. We do not. How do I make a schedule? If I can spell it. Sturdy sheet and some paper. Okay, well that's cheap. Sturdy sheet and paper. And that gets us 4 schedules. Right. So, add action, travel to station, factory. Then travel to station, iron mine. Okay. When it's at this station, we need it to fill up with biodiesel. Biodiesel. I think it's only got one fluid tank, which can hold... How much can one fluid tank hold? Is it 16,000? Which is 16 buckets, I believe. Okay. I think so. Hold on, let me just... Do we have a single fluid tank somewhere? We don't. Not even down here. Nope. Okay, I'm going to assume it's 16 buckets. So what's going to happen is when the train has got 16 buckets of biodiesel, it's going to go back to the iron mine. It's then going to stay at the iron mine until it's completely emptied the biodiesel. So equals 0. Once there's 0 buckets of biodiesel left, it will come back and pick up more. So if we just go and give this to our driver, they should automatically take the schedule and start moving. Lag spike. It happens every time we teleport now. Okay, go. And we're off. Being shot at, but we're off. Oh. Entering the nether. Okay. A bit of lag, but still moving. Gonna lag again when we go through the other side. There we go. Oh no, other side. Okay, so theoretically, as soon as this gets to 16 buckets of biodiesel, it should leave the station on its own. Can we just confirm that this is working? Oh, it is. Look, there's more iron going through. So that's all working as planned. Back down to the middle floor. Like I say, the only thing is I'm not sure how much biodiesel... It might be 8 buckets, actually. It might only be 8 buckets per tank. Well, we can work it out. This tank can hold... Oh no, wait. We've got tanks downstairs that can hold 16k. These tanks here hold 16k. No, they don't. They hold 72k. Okay, so 72 divided by 9 is 8. Each tank holds 8 buckets, not 16. Okay, so the train will never fill because we've set it to the wrong number of buckets. Let me just take the schedule off you, my guy. Thank you. We're going to set this to 8 buckets instead. Not 168 buckets. Definitely can't hold that much. Okay. And as soon as the train has 8 buckets of biodiesel, it'll start moving. How quickly will that happen? I have no idea. Is it even still going in? Have I... Right. I might have to... I need to see inside somehow, because I can't actually remember how many tanks are in here. I think it's just 1. But there might be 3 tanks in here. Okay, there's a solid block for the outer walls. And then 1, 2, and then the rest of it's 5 blocks thick. I think there might be 3 blocks. I think there might be a 3-block tank in there. Shit. Okay, let's set this to greater than 8. Greater than 8 buckets. Okay. There we go. Okay. So it did have more than 8 buckets in it, which means the trailer... the wagon does hold more than 8 buckets. Right. So it holds 27 buckets in that case. Shit. It's okay. It's okay. We'll fix it. We'll make it work. Lag. Not the end of the world. It is the end of the world. We just died. Okay, the lag is getting even worse right now. I do apologise, as always, but this is even worse than usual. Yeah, this is... It's never usually this bad. Something's definitely not working properly today. Oh, okay. Yep, okay. Something's broken. Something's definitely broken. This is not normal. It's literally lagging every few frames now. I'm going to restart the whole game. I'm going to restart the game. Something's gone very, very wrong. We'll get this relaunched. Don't panic. We'll fix it. Pupsik has said something in Russian. I don't speak Russian, so I don't know what that says. Sorry. Okay. Relaunching the game. Bear with me a second. There it is. You won't see it yet. There you go. Excuse me. More Russian. I don't speak Russian, Pupsik. I don't know what you're saying. Sorry. I have no idea what that means. Pidor. Don't know what it means. Okay, you're just going to keep typing random words that I don't know the meaning of. That's fair enough. Oh, I've been reported again! The 2nd time today! Wow! Fucking hell. I'm appealing this one. I'm appealing this one. The thing is, I have literally never asked anyone to send me a gift on TikTok Live. I have never, ever said, please send me a gift. So the fact that I'm being reported for soliciting gifts is absolutely wild to me. It's so fucking insane that you can just report people on TikTok for anything, and they will do no investigation whatsoever. They'll just say, yep, okay, we're restricting that person's account now. Fucking hell, TikTok, do something. Like, at least try to implement some kind of checks and balances for this stuff, you know? It's wild. Are you girl, says Pupsick. I am Pupsick, yes, I'm a trans woman. Been out for about 5 years. Okay, just logging back in. Might take a minute. But hopefully it won't lag this time. Oh. A little bit tired today, to be honest. Nearly there. Any second. There it is. Okay. Okay, seems like the lag has gone away. Apart from, like, the usual low frame rate. How many CM do you have? I don't know what that means, Pupsick. Don't know what CM. Okay, this all seems to be working, which is good news. Do you ever feel like you're talking to yourself when you have no viewers, says that kid AMC? It can feel like that, yeah. Fortunately, it doesn't happen too often, but like when I first start the stream, you kind of have to be talking because people are going to be joining like any minute. But like when you first start the stream and you know that there's no viewers yet, and it is a bit awkward to just kind of sit there and talk to yourself, like just sat there being like, "Hi everyone, welcome to the stream." There's nobody there. But it's quite rare for me to have no viewers. I mean, I'm not claiming that I get big views. Normally, you know, like right now, there's only 6 people watching right now, but it's you know, at least that's somebody. I don't normally... It doesn't normally drop as low as 0. It normally... There might be 2 or 3 people at the very least. But it really depends what I'm streaming as well. Like, things like Euro Truck and Farming Sim, they normally get way more views. That's normally in the hundreds on a good day. And I have had thousands before, long time ago, back when I first started streaming. But I did get thousands of viewers per stream back in the early days on Euro Truck. Don't know what happened. Suspect I might have been shadow banned for a while, but we'll never know. We'll never know. All I know is I once did a live stream where I got 350 new followers, and now I'm lucky to get 10 new followers per stream. So something definitely changed. I remember when I was younger, I used to play GTA acting like I was a YouTuber. Oh, I did used to do that. I'll be honest. I did used to like kind of pretend that I was a YouTuber when I was playing games. But now it's real. Now I am a YouTuber. Hey. And also TikTok and Twitch. Join me wherever. Okay. We got a little bit distracted, but the gist of it is we did get the drill working, and we have now automated the production of biodiesel. A little bit anticlimactic, but it's done, which means I now want to start work on building the tunnels for our coal and copper mines. So that's what we're going to do for the rest of the stream. We're going to do some tunneling. Did you have a backup plan, or did you just go for it? I just went for it. One day I just decided to start posting and see what happened. Did you have all your GCSEs and stuff? Yeah, I actually went to university. I've got a degree in computer science. I trained as a game designer, as a game developer. So I guess that was really my main plan, and this was just something. This just started out as something that I did for fun, and it eventually turned into something a bit more successful. So I decided to dedicate a bit more of my time to it. Get some gravel out. I'm a year 4 dropout. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, kid. Where are we going? Rail yard. There we go. Of course, we're using the Silk Touch shovel as well, so we're gonna end up digging everything way too quickly. What is making that noise? I don't like it. What is that? Is it underground? Oh, it's a maned wolf. I see it on the minimap. I think it is underground though. It's trapped under the floor. Or it could be in this cave. I don't know. I'm not letting it out. So this is where the tunnel's going to be. I'm just going to start by digging a dead straight line. Is that it? No. As I mentioned in a previous stream, we're trying to keep the train track as level as possible, no hills, which is going to mean a lot of tunneling. Keep on going. Sorry, I know this isn't the most exciting thing in the world. Now would be a good time for some conversation. How's everyone? What's everyone's plans for the week? What's everyone up to? I'm still working on my mod for Train Sim. Coming along quite nicely. I've only got Hartlepool left to do now. It's looking very good. I'm hoping to release it next month, hopefully. Fingers crossed. But apart from that, oh, I still need to get my. I've still got some business with the passport office as well, so that's going to have to be sorted this week. I don't want to get too bogged down in the details, but if you're a regular viewer, you'll know that I've been having a bit of trouble with the passport office lately. Seems no matter what documents I send them, they're never satisfied. And would you believe it, they want some more. They're still not happy. Okay, there we go. And we could use the building gadget for this, actually. Remember that trick that I used to make the copy and paste gadget delete blocks? Well, we could use that here. If we were to build a... Hold on. If we were to do this... Is that going to copy the dirt? Yes, it is. Okay. There we go. Now it doesn't copy the dirt. Okay. What did you think of doing your computing degree? Says Kian. I loved it. I really enjoyed doing computing. Great university. Went to Bath Spa. Maybe not the most prestigious university in the country, but it was a great place, great atmosphere, and the uni life was very. I very much enjoyed being a student, but the course was great as well. I got a 2-1 in the official name of the course is Creative Computing with a specialization in gaming. But yeah, great course, great university, great lecturers. I just had a real good time all round, and I'm very pleased with the grade that I got. I didn't end up doing my masters, but if I ever do, I might consider going back there for a masters. Hey Roman, how are you doing? I do remember you, yes. My friend goes to Bath Spa. I'm currently studying comp sci cybersecurity. Nice one, nice one. Please, that wolf is really doing my head in. What job do you do, says Random Egg? Right now, I'm not actually working, Random Egg. My most recent job was as a graphic designer in a print shop. Oh shit, there's a hole here. Yeah, I worked for a local print shop, designing materials for local businesses, like posters, brochures, you know, advertising materials, stuff like that. Which was a great experience. Not quite what I wanted to be doing, but you know, game design and graphic design. There's a lot of crossover between them, so it was all great experience. But yeah, what I really want to be doing is computer design specifically. Game design, sorry, not computer design. Believe it or not, I actually know very little about computers themselves. I can make games for them, but I can't for the life of me figure out what's going on inside them. Apart from, like, basic theory. What's the mod name, says Roman? This is the Create mod, Roman. Okay, I'm going to do a quick sleep. When did you become transgender? 5 years ago. I came out in 2021. Okay, copy. And... oh no, we need to start from the bottom corner, right? Let's start from here. And then... see, I'm the opposite. I'm good with computers, but no clue in the game dev industry. Oh, that's fair enough, Roman. That's fair enough. Yeah, like I say, I'm very much the other way around. I'm not great with computers, but I know game design. But again, like I say, I know a lot of people who are interested in computers, but they don't really know the first thing about like coding and stuff like that. Which is fair enough, you know, we all have our own area of expertise, we all have our own specialties. Okay, we need more gravel. Back to base. Gravel shortage. Oh, that's the maned wolf. That looks more like a hyena. That's the thing that keeps squealing, by the way. No, not the Space Center, not yet. Still got a lot of work to do before we get back to the Space Center, I'm afraid. Where is there a good supply of gravel? I can't remember. Oh, Azure Murez? Wasn't that near gravel? I think there was a big gravel beach. Oh no! Oh, there's a gravel beach there. Whoa, that's huge. Okay, I don't think we have a waypoint any closer, so we are going to have to travel on foot. But that gravel, that's perfect. Although, actually, there might be a decent bit of gravel here as well. There's quite a lot here, yeah. We have completely destroyed this biome, by the way, with our mining. All of that calcite and all of this gravel... I shouldn't really be using my fortune shovel, because we actually need the gravel, and it's going to keep giving me loads of flint. Oh well, too late now. Okay. That'll do. I don't want to break the shovel, because this is my really good enchanted shovel. Ow. Okay, back to base. Oh god, it's 10 to 6 already. I didn't realise it was that late. Okay, we are going to have to finish up in about 10 minutes then. See if I can do a bit more of this tunnel first. There we go, just let them fight each other. The only problem with building tunnels is I want them to be realistic train tunnels, which means they don't have any lights in them. But if you don't put any lights in them, then monsters spawn. So it's oh shit. It's a bit of a catch-22, you know. Have I run out of train track? I've run out of train track? Seriously? Okay. We do still have some more of this at base, thankfully. God, it's so far. How long ago did you start this world? We've been playing this world for about 60 hours, Kian. A bit longer, maybe. Oh, we have no train track? Oh, shit. Okay. Do we have zinc? We have zinc. Okay, we're going to have to restart the train track production, because I didn't realise we've actually used all of the train track. Like, it's completely gone. Now, what we can do to jumpstart it is if we pop some of these zinc ingots on this belt here. Hold on, other side. There we go. So, a stack of those are going to go this way. They're going to get turned into zinc ingots. Those are going to go all the way to the bottom floor through those chutes, where they're going to be deployed onto the train tracks, deployed onto the sleepers, sorry, to make train tracks. There we go. And off they go to storage. It's going to take a while for them all to get there. But we're making train tracks again. Lovely. Good stuff. That's what we like to see. I think we'll head back over. We'll finish building the tunnel, even though we don't have the train track. We'll just lay the gravel for now. Because we got plenty of that. What other games do you play? I know you mentioned Farming Sim on Fridays. Are there any others? Yes, I play Euro Truck on Tuesdays. Factorio on Thursdays. And at the minute, I'm also playing Soma on Wednesdays and Abe's Oddworld Soulstorm on Sundays. But only Minecraft and Farming Sim are weekly. Everything else is fortnightly. So this week, for example, there's no Wednesday or Sunday stream. This week, I'm just going to be playing Euro Truck on Tuesday, Factorio on Thursday, and Farming Sim on Friday. Okay, nearly done with this side of the tunnel. Obviously, quite a lot of landscaping still needs to be done. Don't tell me we've run out of gravel again. All of that gravel and it only did that much? Okay, we're going to need quite a lot more then. I think we need more diamonds though. Because I need to repair my diamond shovel. Oh god, look at that. That's exactly what I was dreading. The tunnel is completely full of monsters. We can head to the copper mine though, quite near to that. And we can teleport back to base from there. This is the next station that's going to be connected up to the rail network, along with the coal mine just on that side. Okay, here we go, back to base. And I think this is probably going to be a good place to end it, to be honest. Seems like a good natural stopping point, you know? Oh, I didn't mean to put my sleeping bag in there. How many diamonds do I have? Because I might try and... We have no diamonds at all. Okay, so I can't even repair my diamond shovel. So that's going to be for next time. We're going to try and get a few more diamonds so that we can repair our tools. And, oh, look at that. Oh, that is so cool to watch. All the packages coming from the factory to the storage area. Look at them go. That's going to be causing quite a bit of lag, but it's so cool to see. Over they all come. Each one of those has one single piece of train track in it. Now, you can actually alter the stack size of the parcels, so we can make it so that each parcel has a full stack of train track in it, so there'll be less parcels on the conveyor belt. But it's really cool to see them like this, honestly. The great parcel pilgrimage. Look at them all go. It's just, there's just something about seeing them all moving in a line like that. It's really incredible. I'm going to sit here and watch for a minute. Okay, the first ones are just arriving at the factory now. Just arriving at the storage now, sorry. They're going to go behind it, because the frog port that actually picks them up is there. Ready, first one. There they go. Into storage. What a sight. What an absolutely incredible sight. I'm going to turn my FOV up slightly. Oh, I don't actually know where to do that in the Embedium menu. Never mind. You can see it well enough here. Oh, there we go. Let's put it to like 96. There we go. So now you can see the whole journey that the packages are making. So they're going from the factory, they're going all the way up to the tree farm. Then they're coming across to the casing farm. Then they're coming back down to the pumpkin farm. And then across to the main storage vault. That's such an incredible sight, though. Just seeing hundreds of packages moving along the conveyor belt like that. It's really cool. I love this mod so much. I love this mod pack, and I love this series. I'm really, really enjoying this. With that, I think it's a good place to end the stream. I'm very happy with the progress we've made today. I'm going to just watch this for another minute or so, and then we're going to go and wrap up the stream. And my voice is starting to go, so we need to finish things up. What a sight. I'm just going to, on the YouTube stream, I'm just going to turn off my webcam for a second. I just want to capture a few seconds of this uninterrupted. It's just amazing. I love it. It's so good. Oh. Okay. That's where we're going to leave it. That's it for today's Minecraft Monday. What a stream. What a game. Just absolutely beautiful to see this all happening. I wonder how many more are still to come. I'm going to have a quick look inside. They're still going. Oh wow, these have still got so many zinc nuggets left as well. Oh, I just love it. It's so cool to see. Look at them all going out through the curtains, off to the main factory, to the main storage, sorry. What a sight. What an incredible sight. I wanna get some footage of this as well for the YouTube stream. I'm just going to turn off my webcam and let this go for a minute. That's just brilliant. Okay, that really is going to be it. We are really going to leave it there now. So, thank you for joining for the Minecraft portion of the stream. I'm going to just do my usual stream wrap-up real quick, but we've ended in very good time today. We haven't overrun, which is good news. Perfect 3-hour stream. Actually 3 hours and 2 minutes, but good enough. Just waiting for the game to end. There we go. Okay. Switching over to the big camera. And putting on the music. And that's it. So, thank you very much for joining, everyone. Great series, great episode today. Great Minecraft Monday. This series, it might not be my most popular series, but this is my favourite series. This is always the highlight of my week, is Minecraft Monday. I enjoy it so much. And it's been a brilliant stream today. Some great conversation, some not so great conversation as well, as always. But on the whole, I've had a really good time. I will see you again next Monday for more Minecraft. Remember, this is going to be every week for the rest of the year. So there's going to be another 5 Minecraft Monday streams coming before the end of the year. Exciting times. And I'm also going to be streaming tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday. So let's talk about that before I finish up. Tomorrow is Trucking Tuesday. I'm going to be doing some more modded Euro Truck Simulator, and I will be hosting a convoy. So if you'd like to join me for some multiplayer Euro Truck, please do join the Discord server, download the necessary mods, and you can join me for a convoy tomorrow. Then I'm going to be playing some more Factorio on Thursday, and Farming Sim on Friday. So it's going to be a good week this week. I'm very much looking forward to it. Oh, Soulstorm on Sunday as well. That's going to be very fun. I'm enjoying that as well. That's everything from me for today. So if you have enjoyed but you haven't already, please do consider giving me a follow on Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok. Follow, subscribe, do whatever you call it, wherever it is. I am on all 3 of those platforms. And if you would like to keep up to date with when I post and when I stream, do consider joining the Discord server as well. There's a link in my bio or about section for that. And last but not least, if you would like to support me financially, please do consider checking out the Patreon. Huge shout out to my Patreon supporters. Thank you very much to Kate, Jess, Danny, Riley, P, Charlie, Dan, Amy, and Marika. Very, very much appreciated. If you want to get your name on this board, there's a link in my bio. It costs £1 a month. You get your name on the board, you get a shout out on stream, you get access to behind the scenes content, and you will also be supporting me in what I do here on TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch. So thank you again to Kate, Jess, Danny, Riley, P, Charlie, Dan, Amy, and Marika. Can't thank you enough for supporting me over on Patreon. Love you guys so much. Thank you all. And with that, we are going to end the stream. So thank you all once again for joining. I've had a wonderful time. I hope you have too. I will see you tomorrow, same time, same place, 3 PM UK time, GMT. We are back on GMT now. The clocks have gone back. So join me tomorrow at 3 PM for some Euro Truck Simulator. Very exciting. I'll see you there. Bye-bye. And bye-bye Twitch and YouTube as well. Great stream. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining. I'll see you later.